I work for a small nonprofit organization as their director of operations. I love sports. I play softball and I run half marathons and marathons, and I live with depression and anxiety. I was in college my junior year. I started feeling very tense and anxious. I lost my appetite, could not eat at all, lost a lot of weight, and I knew that there was something that wasn't right. My dad had depression, so I kind of suspected that that's what it was. My mom and I had already gone through seeing my dad just deteriorate physically and mentally, and it kind of felt like, to put this upon my mom again, I felt pretty bad about it, actually. She was sad, of course, because she didn't want to see me go through this, but she was glad that I asked for help. When I found out I was diagnosed, I was pretty upset because I knew it was going to be a long, hard road ahead of me. But I was glad that the doctors were able to put a label on it so I could get the help that I need. Feeling the way I was and living with that pain, I knew that it was maybe not fixable, but I could cope with it somehow if I got help. I actually did confide in a few people, and I was very surprised that I think all three of them said, "Oh, I'm on antidepressants. I've been dealing with depression," except, they weren't really open with it. But once I said something, it was said, "Oh, wow, I'm not alone." I'm actually really open with it, and I think people appreciate that. Like, if I have to cancel plans, because I'm down, I will, say, "This is just part of my illness. It's not a reflection on you. I can't go out tonight." Depression, anxiety, bipolar, they're all diseases and illnesses, and you wouldn't be saying that to someone with cancer. You wouldn't tell someone with breast cancer to snap out of it. Mental illness is not necessarily crazy or insane. It's just a disease like any other. It's not the person's fault. They don't wish to be mentally ill. I can tell you through my own experience that no one would want to feel the pain, the anxiety, and the panic, and the loss of energy. No one would put themselves through that knowingly. And if they could just, snap out of it, they would, because it's not a fun way to live. Some great resources I've found for myself come through NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. I am part of a peer-to-peer group that's led by people with mental illness, and it's a 10-week course where we just learn about mental illness. It's not a support group, but they also offer support groups. I've found that individual and group therapy have been extremely helpful for me. They're both very different, but help in their own ways. Go to a group therapy session and talk to other people who have probably gone through the same thing.